Hi there, this is Anil. In this video, I'll review my human diversity framework to help you understand diversity and human identities. The common denominator when we speak about diversity is that we're speaking about people, human beings, or Homo sapiens, the species we're each a part of. As a species, we exist in many forms and have varied experiences over the course of our lives. But ultimately, what unites us is our shared humanity. This may seem basic, but I share this because it is essential to remember. When it comes to DEIB work, we can get lost in elaborate strategies, theories, plans, and conceptual frameworks. But if you forget the most important reason behind why we engage in this work, that is, for human beings in all their forms and experiences. And a way to think about being human is that we each have two identities, our primary identity and our secondary identities. Our primary identity is being human, a Homo sapien, a person. Regardless of our differences, we are 99.9% genetically identical, and we're a part of the same species. What this means is that we as humans are conscious beings, and we have access to various senses, the ability to see, hear, taste, smell, touch, and most importantly, feel. We feel with physical sensations and feelings. While some of us may not be able to see, hear, or may be impaired in some other way, the billions of us globally have the ability to feel. This is our primary identity. As humans, we also have the ability to think, create, and imagine, which has allowed us to organize one another in various groups and tribes that vary by where we are, what we like, what we believe, etc. But all of these various groups that we've organized ourselves into are our secondary identities. Our secondary identities describe the labels associated with our human forms and experiences. When it comes to diversity work, I've noticed that every few months people bring forth new human identities that may have been overlooked. And when people forget about these identities, they feel fear, shame, guilt. I feel that this behavior sets us up for failure because as human beings, we'll continue to imagine and create new ways of being. So no single list can ever exhaust the fullness of the human experience. So I've created just these 3 secondary identities that'll help you begin to appreciate the fullness of human diversity as it has been in the past, as it is now, and as it may evolve into the future. These are our biological identities, or what we're born with, our social identities, or how our society views us, and our experiential identities, or what we experience in our lifetimes. 3 things to note here. In each secondary identity, there's lots of diversity. Second, there's no single identity that defines us, but each of us exists at the intersection of these many identities. This is known as intersectionality. Unfortunately, the societies we live in have created hierarchies around who is better than or worse than for each one of these secondary identities. We'll cover these points in later lessons, but for now, with this newfound appreciation of human identities, let's define diversity. I define diversity as the authentic representation and expression of humanity, or our secondary identities. Diversity is who we are as individuals and who we are as a species. In the upcoming lessons, we'll dig deeper into each type of secondary identity. Let's now review these concepts.